Hey friends, I'm Rhiannon from Drawn by Rhiannon, and today I'm going to be ordering some new fabric, so I thought I would bring you along and show you how it's done. So just in case you're new here and you've not really watched any of my videos before, I'm a fabric designer, so basically I design all my own fabrics from my hand drawings, so they're all completely unique and I get it all printed to order, so it's completely custom made. And today I am ordering some more fabric. So basically running really low on quite a few items, so the time has come where I have to bite the bullet and actually order the fabric. I say this because the fabric is very expensive, as you might imagine. Custom printed fabric is a lot more expensive than the fabric that you can just buy off the shelf from the shops. So yes, it's always a little bit stressful when I have to put a fabric order in because it's just a lot of money going out in one go. But yeah, I thought I would just show you sort of the process behind that, because sometimes when I'm like describing it to people they don't really get it, so I thought it might be a good idea just to do a quick video just to show you, sort of break it down into steps, so to kind of better explain to you what I mean when I say I design fabric and I get my own fabric printed. So if you can just see in the background, actually there's a roll of fabric there that's got a little bit left on it, so that's how it comes to me. It comes in a big roll. You usually get sort of 10-20 meters at a time, because obviously, as with most things, the more you order the cheaper like per unit it is. So I always try and wait till I've got quite a few things that I need to order. So like I said, there's quite a few things currently on my website that are out of stock, and there's also quite a few things for one of my stockists that need restocking. So it just made sense that I would just do a big fabric order, restock my website and restock their shop as well. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. The first thing that I have to do is go through the website and see what's low in stock. So I do a stock take sort of every month or so just to make sure that the website stock is up to date. I haven't done one for a little while, but I have been away for a while, so it should be okay, I think, fingers crossed. But I was at a market not too long ago and I could like see all the stock. I know some things that are out of stock and what's really low in stock and everything. So I've just gone through the website, very high-tech method of stock taking and finding out what we need. These are scrap pieces of paper from when I'm cutting out the beeswax wrap packaging. I just keep all because it's always handy to have some scrap paper for moments like this. So I've literally just got a list of like all the, for instance, this is the beeswax wraps, so all the ones that are low in stock, I just write down the designs, how many are in stock. At the moment I am putting any down that have got less than 5 in stock for the beeswax wraps. Any that's less than 5 in stock for the makeup pads, and then for the cleaning wipes put anything that's got less than 3 in stock. I want to have plenty in stock, but I don't want to have too much in stock because then that's a lot of money tied up in stock that, you know, might be sitting there for a little while. It's a different matter at Christmas when I'm doing so many Christmas markets and sending out loads of orders for Christmas presents, because you just need to have like as much stock as physically possible so that it's ready to go. But the rest of the year I try to keep the stock levels a little bit lower just so I don't have too much money tied up in that. Then once I know all the items that need restocking, then go onto the computer and lay out the print files. So I thought I would show you how I do that, because I know some people sort of assume that I just get like a metre of panda fabric and a metre of bee fabric, but that doesn't really work because my items are all different sizes, so I kind of scale each design to be the right size per item. Because say for if I was doing smaller items like the makeup pads, they're obviously only like this kind of size, so the print needs to be a lot smaller on it than say on a beeswax wrap, which is like this size. So I just go through and individually size each piece and actually print the fabric per item in the metre rather than per print, which doesn't really make much sense now I'm saying it, so this is why I thought I would quickly show you on the computer how I arrange the print files for sending them to the printer. So I actually started work on this last night, so I thought I would just show you what I've got so far. Maybe that might explain it a little bit better. So this is the file that I've got for the wash bags. So it might not look like a big file, but this is actually 140 centimetres wide and a metre long. So it's the literal size of a metre of fabric. So this is my wash bag file. So as you can see, it's got like, it looks a bit of a mess, but on the side here, I've got a list of all the names of all the different wash bags, all the prints. So I literally just drag and drop from this file onto a metre size file each print that I'm wanting as a wash bag, and then it's just really quick and easy. The wash bags are all done, so now I'm going to move on to the beeswax wraps, the cleaning wipes and the makeup pads. Now I've got all the makeup pads done and all the beeswax wraps done, but I've just got a little bit of space left, so I'm just wondering what to put on it. So basically here I've got the bees and the puffins, which are just by far the most popular of the beeswax wraps. So I always get double the amount of those over everything else. So I'm actually getting this metre of fabric twice. So at the moment I've got 5 bees on it and 5 puffins. Then I've just put an extra cheese one and an extra sausage dog one, because those are the other 2 that I have like on my 4 stack at a market. So now I've got a little bit of space left, so I'm wondering, do I put some of the other popular ones on there to have extra, or should I do a new one? Because I had been wondering about putting the koalas on a beeswax wrap as well. So yeah, I'm going to go for it. We're going to add koalas to the range because they're just so adorable. I've only got them on the makeup pads and the wash bags at the moment, so yeah, we're going to add them onto the beeswax wraps as well. Because that's a new one that I've not made before, I need to size it out first because I don't have that like ready-made file yet. So I have a file that is just an empty, just white file that is the exact size of a beeswax wrap. So I'm going to open that, put the koala print on it, and then that's going to be the right size ready to go into our fabric meter file. So this is our blank file ready for the beeswax wraps. This is beeswax wrap size, so it's about this kind of size in real life, so bigger than what it's sort of looking on the screen currently. So what I do when I'm adding a new print design, this is probably quite like an old-fashioned way of doing it now, but this is how I was taught to design prints sort of many years ago when I was studying at university. So I have it on a fill layer, on a pattern on a fill layer, and I just have all the prints that I've ever designed. They're just listed just on here. So I just picked the print that I want. The koala was the latest one that I designed, so it's just there. So this is at 100%, so this is basically the size that I designed it at when I was arranging the print. But this is going to be a little bit too big for the beeswax wraps, because if I just measure it with this tool here, so that's about 8.5 centimetres, so we're looking about this kind of size, which would be a lovely size if I was doing it for fabric for a dress or something like that. But because we're doing it for a beeswax wrap, which is obviously a smaller piece of fabric, we need to make the koalas smaller, otherwise there's just not going to be enough on the fabric. So I'm thinking probably about half that size, so I'm just going to change the scale to 50, maybe a little bit bigger than that. See where we're at. About there, I think. I'm always very aware as well that fabric is either going to have a seam allowance on if it's something that's being sewn, or for the beeswax wraps they all get trimmed up to sort of neaten them off. So I just want to make sure that there's no sort of major sort of design within sort of like a centimetre edge of it, because we don't want to have like a koala's ear chopped off or a head chopped off if possible. So I'm just going to go around and just move this a little bit so that I can make sure that the design, sort of the finished product's going to be nice. So I think this is going to work. I don't think we're going to chop any koala's heads off. Might just move it over a little bit there. So then hopefully we're just going to cut a little bit of tree off here, a little bit of chin off here, and then nothing off the other 2 sides. So I'm happy with that. So I'm now going to drag that into my beeswax wrap file, save that so I've got that for the future. Then I'm going to drag that onto my meter size fabric file so that I can send that to the printers. So that is all the fabric sorted for my items. So I've just started on the cleaning wipe fabric there. So now I just need to add the fabric in for my stockist in Ashbourne. So they are also wanting beeswax wraps and cleaning wipes. So I'm just going to add those into the files that I've got, and then that'll all be ready to upload to the fabric printing website. Very nearly there. So I've got all the cleaning wipes for Ashbourne in now, and then I've just added some pencil cases that were out of stock from me, but as you can see we've still got quite a chunk of fabric just bare there. So I think what I'm going to do is just add in some cleaning wipes that are popular. So I think I'm just going to see what else we can fit on this meter, and then I'll go on to the beeswax wraps, because the thing with the beeswax wraps, they sort of don't interlock with any other products. Like the cleaning wipes and the makeup pads fit really well together because the cleaning wipes are literally just double the size, like width-wise and height-wise, as the makeup pads, so they fit in really well together. And then I've also got the pencil cases in such a way that 4 of them fit like on a meter length. I don't think this is making any sense, but you can sort of see it in the picture here that there's 4 sort of lined up there, so they fit nicely. So I can kind of like mix and match those on a meter of fabric. But yeah, the beeswax wraps, they can literally only go on a meter of themselves because they just don't fit in with anything else, just to be awkward. So yeah, I'm gonna fill up this meter, then move on to the beeswax wraps, then we'll be ready to upload it to the fabric printing website. So that was the last file that I needed to make to send to the fabric printers, so that's all done now. So it probably took about an hour and a half to do them all, and that was 12 meters of fabric, I think it was in total, so quite a small fabric order. Like I say, it's been a bit of a bumpy time recently, so I don't want to sort of have loads of money tied up in fabric. But I think that is going to restock everything that was out of stock, and then obviously I'm going to have a good amount of things to send to my stockist in Ashbourne as well. So yeah, I'm happy with that. So what I'm going to do now is upload all the files to the fabric printing website, then they're hopefully going to get that printed nice and quickly and then sent back up to me, and then I will show you when it arrives. Fabric has just arrived, which is fantastic because I thought it had got lost because the tracking stopped updating, but yeah, it's arrived, so that's good. So I'm gonna unroll it all, make sure it's all alright, and then show you the finished result. So very pleased to say the fabric is all good, there's no printing mistakes, it's all looking absolutely fantastic. The printing company that I use have recently updated their colours, so everything's like brighter and bolder than it used to be, so that's just absolutely fantastic. Really, really pleased with that. So I had hoped to make a start on making stuff because I've got an event coming up tomorrow, but the delivery came a lot later in the day than I was kind of hoping for, so I've not got time to make anything for the event, but it'll all be here ready to start next week, start all this sewing, so that I can update the website and get everything back in stock. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like, and if you haven't already, it would be lovely if you could subscribe to my channel. Click here to subscribe and click here for another video. I hope you're all having a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!